Yeah, exactly.
We're
Yay.
live. How are you?
Okay. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I've been excited for all of our calls, all of our conversations, but this one I'm really excited about. And I think the title points to something big, which I experienced such an incredible group call last week. So we are talking about something big. We're talking about an eighth wonder of the world. How do you feel about this conversation we're about to have?
I mean, that's a big, bold statement, but I
Yeah.
love it because I do, I often hear like, what do you guys, what do you do, Cheryl? And what do you do in that group? And what's going on in there? And it is a bit of a mystery, isn't it, in a way? And it's just, again, we keep talking about it's so hard to describe the magic that happens in this program.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm still getting messages from our call on Thursday, our group coaching call on Thursday, and it was like explosive. I mean, so many incredible breakthroughs, so many crazy things happening for people. We meet Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm just like dying to get to Tuesday so
Oh
that
yeah.
I cannot wait to be back in the energy of this group and to debrief what happened on Thursday, because it was so incredibly impactful. And so we've been hearing about it all weekend. We've been talking about it. And again, it is a bit of a mystery. So how do we enlighten people? How do we help them hear and understand what we do in this group program and the impact that it has on people?
Okay, well, I have an idea because same thing. I've been thinking about that call all weekend. I have been talking to other members in the group, the other clients in the group about this call, and people have been posting in the Facebook group about this call. There's like so much activity. And one of your clients wrote something so powerful and so beautiful that describes the call. So I thought maybe I would read that right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
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 So this amazing client of yours says, how I would describe Thursday's calls, it felt like a dam bursting. Like Niagara Falls had shown up in the call and we got to hear so-and-so's raw truth. My takeaway was how much we self-censor parts of who we are. We have a spiritual side, an intellectual side, a creative side, a romantic side, a sexual side. We also have a material side, and it's not frivolous to want things. I love things, cars, watches, wine, food, trips. It's part of who I am, and it's right to include those in our visions too. That's how the C goal becomes a complete representation of the life we want to live. So thank you, so-and-so, for giving me the clarity to be even more honest with myself and what I want. I know I'm not the only one.
Love it. The dam bursting, Niagara Falls
That's
appeared.
how it felt. I felt it. I
Funny.
felt it in that client. I felt it in the group. I felt it within myself.
Yeah, it was such a powerful call. And it really speaks to the power of being in the energy of a group. Because what I always tell people is, in coaching in general, we're holding up the mirror so that you can see what you need to see, and then decide what you want to do about that. And then when you have a group of people collectively all going for on the bigger goals, or they're not going for the same goals, but they're going for growth and expansion, personally and professionally. And when you have a group of people that are all in the energy of the work, and they're all going for those big goals, and going through some of the similar challenges and struggles in terms of what it takes to grow, that just amplifies everything. We're all holding up the mirror for each other, right? And there's just, you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping everybody when you're allowing yourself to show up and be vulnerable and get real and get raw and really just own it, whatever it is, that you're afraid to maybe tell your friends or your family or the people around you, because they just don't think you're going to get them or understand them, or, and or you're going to think you're crazy or whatever. And then sometimes we don't even know what we want, right? And, for this person in particular, when she joined the program, she didn't have a clue what she wanted.
Mhm.
And I said, I don't know that I believe that. I believe you do know what you want. And I'm going to help you pull it out. I'm going to help you raise it to consciousness, raise it to your awareness. And so being able to, just help her get real about that and get to a place where she felt safe and could own it
Yeah.
and claim it, right? And feel good about it.
Yeah.
Was so powerful. And it just, again, you see what it does for others in the group just by that one comment. And there were so many like that. It was just so impactful, because it allowed everybody on that call to get real and
Oh,
vulnerable, right?
okay. Well, that's why I love the group so much. I love your coaching. I would have never gotten to where I got from that call if I was just in the material or just in the Facebook group. Like, there is something so powerful about those live calls. And even though I was very excited about my goal, I was getting, emotionally excited about my goal. I really know that it's closer to who I am more than ever. And yet still, like, you uncovered even a deeper, more truthful layer by watching you coach that awesome person in that program, because I saw how that there's like deep parts of me that are still hiding, that are still too scared to say, I want that. And her words were, oh, it's going to sound frivolous. Like, that's the story I sometimes tell myself, like, oh, I'll just keep that secret dream inside of me. But if we just keep it inside, or we think, oh, that's not cool to share, other people aren't going to get it, then that's where it stays, right? Inside. And when I saw the way that you beautifully led her to just speaking her own truth, I felt that truth inside of me. I said, what else about me isn't on this seagull? What else about my goals am I denying myself? And how powerful, like, I just felt so creative and imaginative all weekend, because I saw that permission that person allowed themselves to speak the truth. And that permission it gave that same permission to me. So thank you so much for that call. Like, it is really always going to be super memorable for me. And I know last week we were talking about goals, but man, I'm more excited about my goal than ever. And I would have never got that if it wasn't for the group component of what you do.
Yeah, thank you. As I think about what you're saying here, like, what actually happened there was,
Mhm.
I challenged someone on what they said. They declared this big, beautiful goal.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I didn't feel the emotional connection to it. I didn't feel that they were connected to the goal. And I challenged her on, is that really what you want? Because intuitively I knew that wasn't entirely what she wanted. And then and that's where the creativity comes in. I'm always telling people in coaching, there's the science of coaching. There is an actual science to coaching.
Yeah.
There's a formula to coaching, but there's also, we also bring a lot of heart, right? We create that trust and that safe space and that place for people to be able to get to that vulnerable state, that, she was able to get to. And then there's the art, right? So there's a science, there's the heart, and there's the art. And that's the creativity, in terms of, how can I help this person see what they need to see? How can I get them to where they need to go or where they want to go? Right. And that's the piece that I think, just like we're talking about the eighth wonder of the world, right? Like, that's the magical piece, those creative, intuitive hits. And then, it just starts, it takes on a life of its own, really.
Right, because you feel it being sparked in everyone else on the call, and the chat gets more excited, and you could tell the looks on people's faces, and then the conversations about it after the call. It's so powerful that you could be speaking to one person, and yet, 12 other people are having their own breakthroughs or their own revelations or their own inspirations from that call. Like it was just, it was really beautiful. And absolutely, it was an art. And what I love about your coaching, I was just telling you this just a little while ago, you have a very different style of coaching than I've ever seen. And I love it. You are so lovingly direct. I admire that. That's something I want to grow into and be more of. But you do it in this really safe way, but you don't hold back. Like you really bring people to where they need to be when they're ready to be there. And do you see that in yourself? Do you love that about yourself? Did you feel proud after that call? Like, what are you feeling?
Yeah. Well, what do I feel? Like, I actually feel it's almost like an out of body experience in a way, because I get so energized from doing what I do. I love coaching. I love what I do. I love making an impact and helping people have massive transformational breakthroughs. And then when I get into the group, that's even amplified even more, because I get, more energy and more excitement and more amplification. I get in the zone. I just get in the zone. It's like, Bob Proctor always says there's this power running to you and through you. And that's just kind of what it feels like. What happens for me is this power starts like downloading and running through me, and the intuitive hits, and I'm just so tuned in. And, even though on that call on Thursday, I was really laser focused on one particular person in the group, I didn't see what was going on in the chat. I didn't see what was going on with everyone else, because I was just so laser focused in that moment, but I could feel it. I could feel the energy, and I could feel the excitement, and I could feel people's minds just going poof, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
And I felt it too. And I think, and then that just built up even more momentum for me to keep going right into that zone, and helping that person have that breakthrough in that moment, knowing that this is the right time. It's not, I've been thinking about it for a few weeks. And, that's where, again, the art and the creativity, how do I get this, what do I do? What do I pull out of my toolkit to help this person see what they need to see? So I've been thinking about it, but then the moment the opportunity came, and that's where you got to follow the energy, right? We talk a lot about following the energy in the coaching call, and it was just crazy, amazing.
I want so many more people to just experience even just a taste of that. And last time we had a conversation, we were talking about Goal School, which you're going to be hosting another one that's happening in September, which I was excited last week, but now that I'm uncovering even more layers to the goals and just how exciting and how impactful it is on my life, I'm even more excited. And people can really experience what it's like to be around you or on one of your calls. So I think we should post the link to Goal School again with this call, because I really want to encourage people to step into this work. This is such a beautiful way. If you're feeling a little curious, or you just want to know more, what a great way to lead into this work than Goal School, right?
Oh, and Goal School, I've done Goal School several times, and it's got that energy. People are just like, the things that come out of Goal School are incredible. Like you go out of Goal School a completely different person than when you came in. Even my clients who have done it before, they keep coming to Goal School, because they know that they're going to get another layer of transformation in terms of, giving themselves permission. Because again, I think like we we even create these goals that we think others want to hear,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
totally.
Or that, you know, we can only get to a certain level of belief about what's possible for us. So so it is that kind of energy in Goal Skull. I've seen it before. It just gets really cool, really fun. And the more the energy, you know, increases, the more the ideas and the creativity and what's possible, you know, for people. It's crazy. It's so much fun. So absolutely, let's post the
Post
I
the
think
link. Get on the wait list for the eighth wonder of the world.
wonder of the world. I love it. Niagara Falls. Forget.
Burst your dams, get in the energy. Let's go. I love it. I'm
Oh
really
yeah. I
excited.
mean, because we're coming up to the end of, I mean, oh my gosh, summer's almost over. And it's back to school, right? So I always love doing Goal School in September, when the kids go back to school. And it gives us an opportunity to really think about ourselves and what new fresh start we want to make. So definitely let's post the link for the wait list. I'm sure we'll have the sign up page done soon. And
Mhm.
can't wait for tomorrow's call.
Oh,
Stay
I'm
tuned.
excited. I'm excited. And we'll come back and we'll keep sharing like this on
Exactly.
Facebook, and we'll share what else, what other exciting things are happening in the group. But Cheryl, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be part of this.
Oh man, so happy you're here. So much fun. It's fun for me to have someone to debrief with and celebrate with too, because I'm still processing it all myself, but so much fun. I love
I
this. I
you
love
have incredible clients, and I love watching them get to where they desire. So thank you for moving and guiding these people forward. It's really a pleasure to
We're
watch
so
it.
glad you're on the journey with us.
Yeah.
We love you being here. So
All right. Till next time, Cheryl.
have a great week, everyone.